Welcome to the final episode of this series. Let's go ahead and get into it. Channel your emotional fluctuations into a mindset, into an alter ego like beast mode. Okay, so you want to use all that emotional energy and all those things that negatively happen in your life, and you want to channel them into something like beast mode. And you want to channel that into whatever it is, powertrain, whatever. Okay, so you want to take all the negative circumstances that come into your life, that feed into your brain, into your body, and you want to channel them into your alter ego, which you can attach to your character. And that's going to make you stronger. That's going to give you drive. That's going to give you work ethic. Okay? I just finished having an ice bath, as cold as I could get it, and I've got my cup of coffee here. This is the final episode anyways, so. Next, 0 to 100% is the only way to go. I will not do something if I have to start past the starting line or if I cannot get over the finish line. Only ever do things that allow you to do the entire thing, okay? Because that is going to instill good habits. It's going to instill the positive experience in your life, in your mind, in your body, and that repetition is going to count and it's going to drag you into the future into a positive situation. Okay, so always do that in order to build your character, in order to build who you are. Only take on pursuits where you can finish 100%. Next, if you're overwhelmed with information, just break it down and tackle one thing at a time. Have one task in your mind at a time. And you also want to have the end goal. Okay, and so what this looks like is that you have some big, overwhelming task with so much information. Take it one step at a time. Okay, and also think, where am I going long term? So you have your one task in front of you, you have your one task long term, and that's going to allow you to build momentum. You're going to go one task, one task, one task, and then you're going to see out in the future the big long-term goal, and you can take steps and you can run towards it. Okay, that's what I want you to do. I want you to have one task and I want you to have a long-term goal, and then you can run and sprint towards it. You can attack it endlessly. You can attack it with as much power as you need in order to be the person you need to be, achieve the goals that you need to achieve. Okay? Next, it takes time to fall in love. Okay, and you can fall in love with anything. You can fall in love with people or objects, relationships, whatever it is, you can fall in love with anything. So the longer you spend with something, the more time you spend with something, you can develop that love for it, okay? And when you develop that love for it, you will enjoy it. You will have that positive feedback loop that keeps you coming back, okay? So you need to be in that mode of, I love this thing, or I want this thing so bad that I'm going to keep it in my life, and I will spend as much time with it as I need to in order to keep coming back, because it's good for me. I know it's good for me. And when you have good things that give you positive experiences, that make better things happen in your life, you stick with them because it's good for your character, because it makes you more successful. So find those good things and stick to them like glue. Next, find the one thing you adhere to the most and use it to remind yourself of important stuff. Find that one thing, that one religion, or that one belief that you have that is so strong, that is so sturdy, that you can use it to constantly remind yourself of why you're doing something, or why you have to push through something hard, or why you have to grind so hard. And when you attach those two things together, you will feel a sense of duty. And you will feel a sense of purpose and responsibility so that you can tackle any problem that comes up in your life, and you can attack it with fire and tenacity. And that is going to make you a stronger, better person. Next, attack the problem. Okay? Don't look at the solution. You want to attack the problem. You want to take the problem as many steps as you can, as fast as you can. You want to attack, attack, attack. Never be on the defensive when it's a problem. Okay? You always want to be attacking, because what that allows you to do is it allows you to move. Okay? You want to be default. You want to be default on moving. aggressive. You want to be attacking a problem, and that's going to get you to the solution faster, more quickly, and that's going to allow you to solve the problem as fast as you can or get as much information as you need in order to get you to the end goal. Okay? So always stay attacking. Okay? Next, you have a relationship with everything in your life. Make sure you watch those relationships closely. Okay? So you have relationships with people, you have relationships with objects, and you also have relationships with addictions. So you want to watch all of those extremely closely because you want to be able to prune out the relationships that you don't need. You want to prune out the things that aren't benefiting you, that aren't benefiting your life. You want to take those out and you want to replace it with new relationships, new habits, new goals, whatever it is that feeds you and makes you alive. Okay, so find those relationships that are helpful, and especially with your addictions, you want to watch that relationship closely. You want to pay as much attention to it as you can so that you can hold on to what you need to hold on to and so that addiction doesn't overwhelm your life. Okay, so make sure that you have your relationships in order so that they don't consume your life, but that you can control them, and that will allow you to be a better person and more in control of your life so you can be more successful. Next, it is in your head. It is in your mind. You can believe whatever you want to believe. Okay, nobody can sue you for the things the world never knows. Okay, it doesn't matter if it feels delusional to you, to society, to others. It is in your head. It is your choice. Choose the things that are helpful for you to believe. Choose the things that will build your life up, that will make you extremely successful, that will push you to your absolute best every single day, because those are the only things worth thinking about. Okay, there are so many things in reality that aren't worth thinking about, and ignore all of them. Okay, they are not useful. Be delusional. Live the kind of reality that's going to inspire you, that's going to push you to the next level, because that is the kind of life that is worth living. Next, choose what is most helpful to you and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. When you make decisions, stick to the decisions. Comply with yourself. Okay, don't allow people to influence you to a point where you're not in control of your life, where they are making the decisions, where they are in the driver's seat. Don't allow that to happen. Always gather your own information and make your own decisions so that you can drive your life, so that you can be in control. And don't ever let other people make decisions for you. Okay, that is like living life with a chain on your foot. Okay, you don't want to be dragging around loose weight. You always want to be the one making decisions, because that will lead you to a life that you want to live. Next, the ultimate form of human evolution is to utilize all of your subconscious effectively and compute as much conscious information as possible. You want to physically do everything automatically. That is your subconscious. That is who you are. That is how you interact with the world. When you can do that, and when you get to a point where you can physically do everything effectively and efficiently, and then you can also think as much as possible so that you can compute, all sorts of unexpected situations, that is your highest form of evolution. That is how you become the most effective human being that you can possibly be. Okay, so you want to be working towards that. You want to be working towards being able to do things automatically in such a way that nobody else can, while also being able to think about things in a way that nobody else can, so you can reach the highest version of yourself. Next, whatever work you do is exactly who you become. Okay, choose all of the things that you're going to spend so much time on wisely. Okay, you want to become the kind of person who does their work and feels their work in a way that's going to benefit their character, who is going to improve their character so that they can become the best version of themselves. When you have to dedicate so much time to something, it is worth being so strict about how you do it. Okay? You want to find the work that's going to improve you so much that you don't have a choice but to improve. Okay? So always optimize for, I'm going to spend this much time doing something, so I must find a way to have it improve me or improve my character. And that can just be a mentality. It doesn't matter if you work the worst job in the world, but you treat it as someone who will work hard, and you will constantly climb the ladder, and you will constantly get better. So even if you're stuck in a point in your life where you don't like your job or whatever it is, then you can still become the kind of person, the kind of character, and you can install the work ethic, the determination you need in order to get to the highest level of who you are, who you need to be, and live the life that you want. Next, as a man, live hardcore in your work, in your attitude, and then be loving at home. Okay? Go out there, focus, pay attention, focus on the things that you need to do in order to become the best at your job or whatever it is. Okay? And then go home and be loving with your family. Next, what you enjoy is what limits you the most. The less you enjoy, the better you become. Okay? If you enjoy parties too much, then you are limited by them. Okay? If you enjoy donuts too much, you are limited by them. Okay? They control you to some extent. So watch out for the things that you feel that have that gratitude, you have that greatness for. Okay? Watch those things. You want to limit those things as much as you can, but you always want to have something that you are grateful for. Okay? Next, have the right mindset before you go into something. Activate the right neurons. Okay, prime yourself before you go into something. Prepare, get stronger, build up your strength so that you can fire all of the neurons that you need when you get into the task, so that nothing can throw you off, so that you can be at the perfect performance, the highest peak level, your highest level of human existence possible. Okay, you always want to be as good as you can at everything. So prime your neurons, okay? And so we are coming to the end of the series, okay? I have always hated the end of series, but that hate only arises because I loved what happened. And I'm so grateful for that hate to exist, because without hate, there is no love. And I know that the love that I feel is actually stronger, which allows me to be grateful for that, okay? So I will always do what is best for you. I will always want you to be successful, and I will always be able to you will always be able to find me somewhere, okay? So there are 5 remaining points to this lovely series. Let's go ahead and get into them. Always do an extra repetition every single time, even once you have completed the task 100%. Okay? You want that task to feel like you just destroyed it. And you can do that. You can invoke that feeling in you that you are better than it, that you are stronger and more capable when you take that task even further than 100%, 105%, 110%. That's where your head needs to be. Next, build your physical reality out. Okay? Surround yourself with the things that make you better. Okay, that make you who you are and make you who you want to be. Your environment, your reality, the life that you live, everything around you is who you become. Okay, so make sure that you cater everything around you to reflect who you want to be. You want to have good reminders in every piece of your environment around you. Don't allow bad reminders to seep in and manipulate you and do dumb things, okay? Don't allow that. Only have a good environment. Only have good people around you, okay? And if you can't find that, then find a way to find that. Next, think about how strong your recovery is going to be. How every mistake you've made is going to regret knowing you. How every single setback that you've had, every mistake that you've made, every moment where you slipped up, you fell, you tripped, whatever it is going to regret knowing you. Unlike anything that you will ever live, and not like anything that you have ever lived, your life is unique. Okay? Each experience is a product of past experiences, and it sets the tone for your future experiences. My question to you is, what will you choose to experience in each moment of your one-of-one life? And as the final thing that I will leave you with is this. Be terrifically stubborn. Be so stubborn that you will not get off of any horse. Okay? Ride off into the sunset. Find your dreams, find your desires, and just take it to the highest level that you possibly can. Okay? And always ask the world, when they throw shit at you, always ask them, did you really think that was going to stop me?